Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video.
Lauren London, that baby though, she finna be out here single. She finna be a whole widow out here. I'd be the best man I could be, fuck. I'd give her a whole year. She might need a whole year to be crying and shit. But dude, though, I ain't trying to shoot at her. I'm saying this is look. No, she could do 2-3 years, but I just try to be that. I try to be like, if you need a friend to holler at, show the mean or you can call my line.
Kodak Black got way out of line and is in some serious heat from everyone after disrespecting Lauren London. You won't believe how hard the situation has spiraled out of control. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to King Trending. Number 5. The crimes of Kodak Black. When it comes to the passing of a person, there are things that many people do in order to help clear the air and make things better. First, you are to show sympathy for the person or people who knew them. After all, they've suffered a great tragedy. It's only fitting that in this time of loss that they know people are there for them and are willing to support them if necessary. But the one thing you do not do is make fun of the deceased or the family they left behind, because you have to be a special kind of stupid to think that you can do that or say and then walk away without any backlash at all. And apparently no one ever told that to Kodak Black, because he said something very demeaning about the girlfriend to the late Nipsey Hussle. In case you didn't know, Nipsey Hussle's life was taken from him at the end of March 2019 in a very heinous fashion. The whole rap community, both stars and fans, have been rallying around the family and his loved ones to show their support for them in this trying time. That is, except for Kodak Black, who thought for some very dumb reason that it would be a good idea to praise how Nipsey Hussle's longtime girlfriend Lauren London was going to be a single widow. Does that sound disgusting? Well, because it is. And that's not even digging into what the comments themselves were. This is just a quick summary of what he said. You can see them below via the posts on social media that they were on. She finna be out here single, he said. She finna be a whole widow out here. I'll be the best man I could be for her. I'll give her a whole year. She might need a whole year to be crying and for dude. He added, I ain't trying to shoot at her. I'm saying, listen, she can do 2-3 years. I'll try to be like a friend to holler, a shoulder to lean on. You can call my line. There are so many wrong things with that rant. That being said, definitely sad. Many thoughts and insults are going through my head, but if we're gonna break this down, here's how I define it. Number 4. What were you thinking? I think that title says it all. Nope. For this is a man who decided to put his own personal feelings upon a woman who is grieving the loss of her best friend and lover. One that actually led her to having a child, and that child is never going to see his father again. But clearly Kodak Black doesn't care, because he wants to get with her in a very literal sense, which is just as disgusting as the comments he made. But possibly even worse than the original comments, though, is that he didn't even wait that long to go and make his claim. This occurred mere days after the passing of Nipsey Hussle, which means he didn't even give Lauren London a chance to truly grieve. And this wasn't a case of him not posting it, because he did. And there is big proof of that. He made an apology post on social media.
It's gonna be my last time talking about this. If I disrespected you, Lauren London, in any shape or form, I'm sorry. Even though I didn't. And rest in peace to dude.
These are the kind of things that make me lose faith in humanity, because at its core, this is not an apology. This is a sidestep that is only intended to try and get him in good graces with the people that are mad at him, rather than trying to be, the better person. One that admits their mistakes and is trying to make up for that. Yeah, that's definitely not what's happening here with Kodak Black. Also, should I note the terrible grammar and sentence structure here? And rest in peace to dude. What is that? Oh my god. Bearing a broken moral compass, I'm sure you would agree that this is a terrible thing that happened on top of another terrible thing that happened. Lauren London does not deserve this in any way or shape or form, and in fact, it just happens to prove that just how sad people are at times in the actions that they take. For Kodak Black, though, this wasn't the end of the story. It was just the beginning. Number 3. Rappers react. The rap community is a bit interesting at times depending on what rappers they support and who they speak out against. At times it feels random, but then something will happen that'll unite a bunch of them. And this insult by Kodak Black was definitely a unifying event. Rappers like T.I., The Game, took to Instagram to show their disapproval by way of video and put him in his place. But it was Big Boy who perfectly summed up the situation in a massive post on Instagram. Here is what he said. I won't disrespect my timeline posting a pic of Kodak Black. However, I will say this. I'm not here for the blatant disrespect and apologies. To disrespect the King Nipsey and the Queen Lauren is where I draw the line. Hip-hop has been very disrespectful lately. Not only is this disrespectful to hip-hop, but this is disrespectful to a beautiful human being, spirit, and a legacy. Sometimes I feel a certain way, but I don't publicly speak out. I just don't with the person, place, or thing. This one, I can't just keep it on a personal chill. I've been a child of hip-hop for a long time. Hip-hop raised me and I've raised hip-hop. I'm not new to this or fake with this. I'm a soldier. I'm not just phone taps and funny interviews. Check my pedigree. I will not stand by and let Kodak Black come between an allegiance I have with dear friends. Nipsey Hussle's honor can't be disrespected like this. We must put a shield around Lauren London and his entire family. We can't allow these things to happen. Nipsey Hussle wouldn't. We look the other way and forgive too easily. I'm a black man first, and I love all that deserves my love. I'm with unity. However, we must discipline our own as well. This isn't about radio or dropping records. That's been done. This is about protecting a legacy and holding people accountable. This may not change Kodak Black now, but I pray it changes his or someone's future. For all those out there that want to disrespect and play with royalty, I advise you to think thrice. Long live the spirit, knowledge, and the wisdom of Nipsey Hussle. This has to be the standard forever. The marathon continues. I know that was a long post, but it often seems like the rap community is against one another, but as Big Boy proves, they know how to speak as elegantly as needed in order to support one of their own. And in this case, that's Nipsey Hussle and Lauren London. Nipsey may be gone, but his legacy and family live on, and the rap community is sticking behind them, and not Kodak Black. As he said, we have to be held accountable for what we say and do in the public eye, which is why Kodak Black isn't a true man, because he didn't seem to care about what he said at all. And when he did make his apology, it was sad and pathetic as he was. So if you go through all the other posts, you'll see that many other major rappers have put him down, and if he continues to be like this, it'll cost him more than it already has. Number 2. Fallout. So what will the fallout be from Kodak Black's incident? Well, obviously, since it was a verbal thing and not a legal thing, it's not something that can end him in jail time, which he totally deserves, but it does put a bit of a bind on Kodak Black in terms of respect of his peers and what they'll do for him. A great example of this is T.I., who was one who made an Instagram post about what Kodak Black did, and part of his message was this.
Hey, Kodak Black, you out of pocket, nigga. Fix that shit. Quickly, expeditiously. You out of pocket. Ain't nobody else gonna say it. I done said it to you, nigga. And if I see you, I'm gonna say it in your face, nigga. Out of pocket. Get your motherfucking self together.
But it wasn't just the words that he had for Kodak Black. T.I. also went as far as to remove Kodak Black from a rap museum that he had made in Atlanta, Georgia, to honor the subgenre of trap rap, which Kodak Black is part of in regards to his music. Naturally, Kodak Black wasn't happy about this. Fuck that pussy-ass museum. I ain't give y'all permission to put me up there anyway, he said. Oh, but it got even better because he came up with a very logical reason for why T.I. was defending Lauren so vehemently. Dude just wants first dibs on her. Kodak continued. Eat a baby. Do I really need to keep on saying how pathetic this guy is? Because I will if I have to, as it's the truth. This guy's a jerk in every single way that matters, because here again, instead of admitting his own faults and such, he decides to pass the blame around. Brilliant move, moron. Truly, Kodak Black is digging his own grave here, as he'll continue to insult those who defend Lauren and Nipsey Hussle's family, and they'll in turn do what they came to hurt, in a metaphorical sense. Kodak Black. So the fault of his actions will honestly depend on how Kodak Black chooses to handle the situation, and you know that it's only going to escalate sooner, as T.I. is getting ready to release a diss track aimed straight at Kodak, and you know that's going to be good, which of course will prompt another diss track aimed back at T.I. But something tells me he can handle that himself. The point is, Kodak is acting like a child, and when you act like a child, you make things worse, and that's exactly what's going to happen here. Number 1. Lauren London. In all of this talk about Kodak Black and his stupidity, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about how Lauren London was doing during all of this. Thankfully, she hasn't responded to what Kodak Black did as of yet, likely because she has 1,000 more important things to do rather than deal with him. She's still very much mourning the loss of her friend and soulmate, as well as being there for Nipsey Hussle's family during this rough period. After the passing, she was still in shock as to what had happened, but now she's given a slightly longer statement as she's processing things. He was a protector and wanted us to be our best at all times. He was a truth seeker and truth speaker. She added, I'm going to keep my head high and always represent for my king to the fullest. He loved his kids, he was a family man, his family came first. To me, that shows that Lauren London knew exactly who Nipsey Hussle was and what he meant to a lot of people. And she'll no doubt keep her head high because she knows that there are a lot more people supporting her and many more who will protect her from fools like Kodak Black. So there you have it, what Kodak Black did, how the people responded to it, and the latest on how it affected him. But seriously, just how dumb were those comments? Can you believe how united the rap community was against him? Also, how do you think this will affect his career going forward? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe and I'll see you next time on King Trending. A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.